Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles and the Tarot mini forecast this week for the fire signs. So that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and I'm using the new Mythic Tarot. So these are not my old ones that I've had since I'm 15. They brought out a new deck and these are them, and we'll see what messages come through. So I'm starting off with Aries and then Leo, then Sagittarius. Okay, here we go. Aries. Aries. Okay, here we go. Aries. The Wheel of Fortune is here for you. Okay, and this is a really auspicious time. This is a time of everything starting to fall into place. Something, really happy is happening in your life at the moment in this week. And if you've been waiting on news about a job or, some financial issue or news from someone who you've been waiting to hear from, maybe someone, a child of yours or something positive you've been waiting to hear the answer for, here it is. This is the week where it starts to happen. And the wheel here just indicates us, when we're moving around in life, it's like we go through these different periods and notches as we go around the wheel. And this is just saying that you've been over here and now, boom, you've moved this much further along the wheel of fortune here. It is saying about the fates, that you're spinning and weaving your fate. It's time now for you to stop procrastinating if that's what you've been doing. I find myself, I'm that way, but I'm not an Aries, but I procrastinate and dawdle and fart about. But this is just saying, try not to do that now. Keep on moving forward. Don't sit or just rest for too long. Thinking to yourself, okay, everything's cool, I'm just going to do this. You need to keep pushing forward because there's another level of abundance coming your way. There's a lot of luck around you. There's a lot of people around you as well. You might be having a week where there's people coming over or having a party or something like that. Or people from the other side of the veil are coming forward much more closely now as we're getting towards, Halloween and things too. But this is showing that you've been in the darkness, you're moving out into the light. It's time for you to begin to trust in your own abilities and in your own self, to be able to be successful. And also don't be afraid of success. A lot of people are more afraid of success than they are of failure. Because of how they see people who are successful and how they don't want everybody to look at them in that way. You don't want to, you see a millionaire and you go, oh, you're a lucky person and blah, blah, blah. And people talking about you and all this kind of stuff. And that stops, those actual thoughts stop a lot of people, how we see people who are wealthy. It actually stops us from our own, receiving our own abundance in our life more than what we may realize. So this is asking you to release any fears towards being successful and trust that you will be successful in your own way. And it won't be anything like anybody else anyway, so it won't matter. Keep on weaving your fate and moving forward, and don't be listening to negative people or naysayers who don't understand your path. It's time for you to be on your own in this and be independent with it as well. And know that there will be people that still love and support you as you move forward too. Okay, so a really good card for Aries. And now, my fellow Leos, let's have a look what's going on for us. Here we go. Leo, what we got? That's it. Okay, Leo. Alright, so the moon card comes up here. Look at this. Okay, interesting times. Alright. When we've got the moon, there's a few things that go on when the moon comes up in a reading. And I've got a really itchy eye all of a sudden. That'll be right. Okay, so when the moon comes up in a reading, there are a few things that are happening, as I said. Number one is that we are in a time of maybe facing a lot of shadow work within ourselves too, looking at our shadow side and and how, you know, what annoys us and what gets us upset, and, you know, what stresses us out and all that kind of stuff. And also the people that may also be doing that. The moon has a feminine influence. Okay, so as the sun has a masculine influence, the moon has a feminine influence. And sometimes there can be a woman who moves into your life, or who you know, that could be causing a little bit of concern, or is not exactly as they seem. Okay, you may already be aware of who this person is that you don't feel like you can completely trust. This also may indicate for some people the mother, you know, the mother situation. There may be issues with mum. There may be, you know, a lot of arguments or hurt or lost feelings, or there may be even a closer connection as things start to clear away from you too. It also talks about sometimes in your life where you're feeling like unbalanced within yourself. And, you know, it's time for us to really notice those imbalances. And this is something for myself that I'm constantly working on, is checking my energy, making sure that I'm feeling, you know, that I'm being positive and I'm feeling strong within myself. And if I'm not feeling that way, or something's continuing to go over my mind, that I'm clearing that energy away from myself, you know. Archangel Gabriel also is another angel that comes forward, you know, when with the moon energy as well, bringing the messages and things like this. So maybe by the next full moon, there will be some sort of understanding that happens in your life, some sort of revelation, some sort of change that sparks a new direction for you. Okay, don't feel like you're going nuts all the time because you've got all this energy coming in and you've got stuff going on, and sometimes you're not yourself. Don't start putting yourself into doubts. This is talking highly about intuition, trusting that, you know, full force, trusting if you don't feel right about someone in your life, whether it's a female or not, that you move your energy right away from it, you know, the first time. Don't keep going on back, you know, thinking, I can help heal that person. That's something that I do. I'm like, I can help, you know, and we've got to stop that stuff. This is really a very bold card, and every time I look at it, it means something different. But it is a very striking card that we just need to, you know, trust in the changes that are happening within us. Keep on moving forward, being sure we're in balance, and trusting those instincts if something doesn't feel right. This is really important. And I feel after this next full moon that, you know, everything is going to make sense. So even if it's all up and down right at the moment, it's all going to start making sense for us very soon. Okay? Yeah, and that's the message for Leo, which is a pretty interesting message, I guess. And for Sagittarius, here we go. Sagittarius. And the Sagittarius got the Four of Swords. Let's hope I'm not going to get the hiccups as I'm talking here now. Okay, the Four of Swords. So, as you can see, this person is just sitting very, very quietly, all by himself, in the middle of pretty much nowhere, with all these swords laid out in front. This is a card of rest, of relaxation, of making sure that you are taking care of yourself. Being in meditation, being in peace, making sure you're working on your healing. You've come to a point where you really need to rest because you need to integrate the energies that have been happening around you. So a lot of you are having a lot of change and a lot of healing. A lot of you are wishing that you were somewhere else and, you know, wanting to be back somewhere else as well. But you can't think straight because you're going and going and going and going and going. And this is telling you you need to stop. Okay, for some people in this card, it could indicate hospital, visiting a hospital, that kind of thing, you know, big changes to family dynamics, maybe some upset within yourself as well, like a panic going on. But it's still telling you to take that time out. You know, don't keep on burning the candles at both ends because you just won't get anything done. And, you know, the fire signs tend to keep on going, 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 and are doing and doing and doing and always being busy, and we take care of everybody else, but we forget to sometimes take care of ourselves. This is showing you that if you don't take care of yourself, then you may get a cold or a flu or something like that where you're flat on your back, you know, to make sure that you do it and you are listening. And that's something that happens to me. Is like, you know, well, you won't listen? Right, have a bit of this. You know, so just take care of yourself, nurture yourself, care for yourself as much as you would care for somebody else as well. You know, like I said, we're always giving to someone else. We have to give it back to ourselves. And maybe just for a week, you know, I know this may be hard, but for 1 week, every single day, look in the mirror and go, I love me. I love me. I love me. I just love myself, you know. I'm giving myself all that love. And you'll just be amazed how your body actually starts to respond. It's like, oh, we're getting some attention instead of I hate you, oh, you're ugly, oh, you know, your hair's this, or, you know, you've got big fat bingo arms, wings that are flapping everywhere. You know, we're always picking on ourselves in some way. So just say, I love myself. And you don't have to say it in front of everybody because you know what people are like. You're just saying it to yourself every morning and giving yourself that care. Go on a love diet. And it will just really change things. It really does shift things. And you start seeing things and you start getting lots of inspiration as well. This also indicates that you may need to retreat. You see the mountains in the background. It may be that that's somewhere that is a good retreat spot for you. Even if you retreat in your own mind through meditation. But whatever it is, make sure that you're just looking after yourself this week. Take that time out. And don't feel like you have to do absolutely everything for everyone, and you'll have a turnaround in your life as well. Some new breakthroughs for you. So that's the message for Sagittarius, and that's the messages for all of the air signs. Thank you so much for listening. Air signs, fire signs. Thank you so much for listening, and until the next time, it's goodbye for now. Bye.